Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a layout. Basically, yeah, I don't have a sketch, so that's why you didn't see anything in the beginning. But I knew I wanted to use this cheesecloth. And I had some bloom sprays and they were more of a green blue than your more traditional blue. So I'm taking the black distress stain spray and I'm just saturating the cheesecloth with it just to get those greens out of there and to make it where it blends in better with the background. I don't want it to stand out for the wrong reasons, you know what I mean? Because it's not the right shade. If you don't like to get messy, I definitely suggest you wear gloves because that does get your hands all stained up. The best part is that it's a distress spray, so it's water soluble, so you can clean your hands pretty easily. And then I'm just doing a dry brush technique. I'm putting down some of this heavy white gesso. This is a Prima, one of the art basics. And literally just putting it on real thin coat. I just want a little bit of definition in the area that I'm going to be laying out everything. And I'm looking at, where I'm going to place the photo and my chipboard pieces, which I um, stamped and embossed off camera because I've done that before on camera. And I just wanted to get right into, what we were going to be designing today. Like I said in the beginning, I don't have a sketch. This one, it was purely just the paper inspired me, and I had a thought in my head what I was trying to create, and thankfully, it does come out correct. So I'm pulling out of the ephemera pieces some of the stars, a moon shape, and I want to say a couple of circles. And I love this paper. This paper was part of our June kit, and it is the Stargazer by um, Kaisercraft, and it was so much fun. I can't wait. We got the stamp set as well in the kit, and I'm going to be doing hopefully some cards with that, so I'm really super excited. But this, as soon as I saw the paper, I knew I wanted to create a layout using this paper. So once that dries, I'm getting my fiber tack or my 3-in-1 glue to kind of move down to the bottom. So while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to go ahead and cut some chipboard. This is actually cardboard, and this is going to go behind the photo to give it an even lift. Okay, and I'm going to put down score tape on the back of the chipboard or the cardboard, and we're going to attach that to the photo. And then I'm going to use my 3-in-1 glue to put down with the cheesecloth. So once I get this on and it's all hooked up, I'm going to uh, get ready and pull out the cheesecloth and get it to where we can lay it out. And you'll see it's coming up here. I'm going to bring it up, the cheesecloth, and then I'm going to cut to where I'm laying out my actual design look. Because on here, yeah, I pulled it up because I needed to dry it because it was still really, really wet. Because I seriously had to spray it a lot to get all that greenish blue out of that cheesecloth. And instead of making you suffer through me trying to dry this all off, I am going to cut to the next section, which is me laying everything out once the cheesecloth was dry. And a tip that I like to do, and you've probably seen other people do, but once you have something laid out, take a picture of it. That way, one, I think it allows you to step back from it and decide if what you're looking at is exactly what you're trying to create. If it's missing something, if you need to add a piece, if you don't have anybody near you, take a photo. The photo will allow you to take a look at it as a third party and not as the person who's in the middle trying to create it. So we're going to go ahead and start putting all of our pieces down. I left the cheesecloth where I wanted it to go. And then I'm just using the glue on the back of the cardboard piece to actually hold it down. And I took one of my glass blocks and placed it on top of the photo just to give a little bit of pressure. And then I'm going to put some of that glue on the back of the chipboard circles, and we're going to start really just putting in the layers. That's why I like to initially lay everything out, because once you have the exact idea how you want everything to go together, it makes it a lot easier to just get it done. Alright, we're going to do the same thing with this piece and then put it on the bottom end. So I took this smaller chipboard piece that I got. It's from Clear Scraps, and I cut it in half, heat embossed it, the individual pieces, and then what it does is it allows me to put one piece on one end, one on the other, and it looks like it's one big piece going underneath the photo when in fact it's a smaller piece that's just been cut in half. One of my favorite things to do, because I actually wound up doing the same thing with the clock piece, which I think, am I putting glue on now? Yes. And I'm putting it up, the one up at the top, and attaching one of the stars. And I'm just moving the chipboard piece around until it's laying exactly where I want it to. And then I'm still going to continue to lay down some of the circle pieces and the last little star up at the top. And then we're going to attach the other side of the clock. Alright. And I will say, this chipboard piece, I got it from the 49th and Market. It was the one that was in the kit from, I want to say that one was May? Was it May? It might have been May's kit. This particular one, it was the larger clock out of the chipboard pieces, and it was super thin. So the art glitter glue helped to put the glue on the back on that one because of the thin nozzle. Okay, and then I took this Prima wax, and I'm just very lightly adding it in different places on the black cheesecloth because I want to give it a little bit of added interest, but I didn't want it to be a large or very eye-catching thing. I want it to just be like a little subtle difference while you're looking at the whole composition. And then once I was done with that, I realized I was going to do splatters from the beginning, but I wasn't sure exactly like what splatters were I going to do. Just white? Do I find some silver paint? Like, what was I going to do? So I decided that I was going to go with the white for the splatters. And so to get ready, I just put the strip on the photo, which basically says I love you to the moon and back. And then I'm going to take some foam tape and put it on the back of this moon and attach it, and yet keep part of the moon piece on the photo. So I was trying to figure out here exactly where to place it. And once I found the place, I pressed down on the cheesecloth part and then just put a little dab of glue right underneath the moon pieces that are attaching to the photo. And this little blue piece of paper here that I just put in the frame, we're going to cut that down so that way it'll cover up the photo. And then I'm going to move everything to the side and bring out my cubby so that way we can do the splatter. So let me get that. And then now that I've shaken it up, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the nozzle and take my tool and hit the nozzle to create the splatter. And even though, you know, because it's a space paper, there's some stars like in the background, the added white of the distress ink just adds a little bit more, and it just gives it some pop. So now that we've done that, I'm going to move the photo, and really this is done. I just got to let the white splatter dry. I'm going to move the cubby, I'm going to clean it, then move it, and now you guys can see the close-ups from here. I really loved how this turned out. Like I said, I want to keep playing with the cheesecloth. I know a lot of people use it. I think I'm going to try and use it some more on some different layouts. But this was fun. And, you know, it was just a way to create something a little different. Okay, so here are some close-ups. I would like to say thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And this particular paper, I'm gonna keep an eye out for it in the boutique. Once it hits scrapbookingwithme.com, I will add the link to the more section, but I'm gonna give you guys links to the other Kaisercraft sets that we have on the .com. And make sure you use the coupon code TT15, okay? Thanks, you guys, and have a great Sunday.